All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we've got some very good news as Bob Arum of Top Rank lets it be known that they have talked or are talking to Gervonta Davis and talking to the PBC about working together as a unit moving forward. Let's talk about that and what it means for boxing, and specifically Gervonta Davis with a fight with Keyshawn Davis. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, man, after having watched a great evening of fights, and I'm telling you, I watched a great evening of fights last night on both DAZN and on ESPN. The ESPN fight had Brian Norman Jr., who knocked out in his first title defense, stopped somebody, don't remember the name. Just happy to see Brian Norman get his thing. Brian Norman Jr. did his thing, wins by devastating knockout. And then after that, Michaela Meyer beat Sandy Ryan in a terrific fight. But the biggest news of the night really was related to the PBC, as Bob Arum let it be known that he is talking to the PBC about partnering and moving to working together in the future. And specifically what he was asked, is that because of Turki Al-Sheikh and Dana White and what they're doing with TKO? And he said, yes. So let me tell you, man, that is absolutely huge news. And it has big ramifications for the sport of boxing. And I'm extremely happy for that. I had just done a video yesterday where we talked about something Keyshawn Davis had said to Lamont Roach, where he said, hey, hold on, Gervonta, don't fight Lamont Roach yet. Rematch Lamont Roach. Let me fight Lamont Roach, and then you fight Shakur, and then we get together and we can fight at the end of this, right? Now, what would be necessary to have that take place? You'd have to have PBC working with Top Rank. And it is a very good thing to hear that, because aside from the threat that TKO boxing could bring and Turki Al-Sheikh could bring, those two organizations, in as far as the United States of America goes, they are the creme de la creme of the boxing organizations in the United States. And to tell you the truth, really, at a very, very, very high level, that's all you really need is the two of those. Honestly, you have PBC, which is a platform that has a bunch of different promoters that work on it. And Top Rank is the top promoter in the world, period, easily. Not a second, no individual promoter. And again, I'm telling you, Al Heyman is not a promoter. Al Heyman is a manager and advisor. PBC is basically a showcase for events put on by other promoters. The PBC works with promoters like Samson Leskovich, works with guys like Tom Brown, TGB Promotions, works with all kind of different has worked with Bob Arum in the past on promotions that were put on PBC, right? But when they worked in the past, Top Rank had an exclusive contract with ESPN. So, you know, the ESPN network thing kind of kept PBC and Top Rank from working together. Now, my understanding is that Top Rank is either scaling back, ESPN is either scaled back their boxing, or they've eliminated working with Top Rank altogether. Top Rank has to find somewhere to go. What better place to go than to go work with the PBC, because they would immediately become the PBC's #1 promoter. It works very easily as long as there's not some big competition, right, going on between Top Rank and the PBC, which means if Tim Bradley is covering a fight. He doesn't get to talk super crazy about the PBC and Al Heyman. They got to cut all that out. The Boxing Writers Association of America, they that want to work with Bob Arum and get passes into Bob Arum fights need to rank PBC fighters and treat them fairly. You know, all that type of stuff would come along with those two guys working together. Now, I'm sure it's not going to be exclusive, or I don't know. Maybe it's exclusive. It could be exclusive. Might as well be exclusive because, man, those guys could put on fights all the time, and they're situated perfectly. Now, as far as this Gervonta Davis situation, that makes a fight with Keyshawn Davis very likely, right? Because Gervonta could fight somebody, say, look, hey, man, we'll have a top rank. Gervonta fights a top rank fighter next, right? Any lightweight that they have, who knows, right? And then Gervonta and Keyshawn fights Lamont Roach on an undercard to Gervonta Davis. Even though people will be like, all of that, can you imagine the chatter that would break out? And the fact that these boxing media people do not have a clear, do not have, just free reign to talk down on the fight 24 hours a day, because Bob Arum is very good with them where Al Heyman is not good, and that is dealing with the media and getting the media to actively sell your product. Where the PBC, their problem is, well, let me say it this way. Bob Arum is excellent at getting the media to sell his product. The PBC is not getting very good at getting the media to sell their product. But hey, Bob Arum is not necessarily good at getting consumers to buy his product. Meanwhile, the PBC is good at getting consumers to buy their product. So, hey, if you have, that's peanut butter and chocolate. If you have the media will work with you in one hand and you've got a fan base to buy on the other hand, hey, man, the Cold War may actually be over. Because you better believe Bob Arum and Top Rank and Al Heyman have been in a Cold War with each other and with Golden Boy ever since those guys filed that lawsuit against Al Heyman to prevent Al Heyman from having this monopoly. So it is some degree of irony that Top Rank would then partner with the PBC, but that makes sense because they have a unified enemy in Turki Al-Sheikh who's really trying to put both of them out of business and trying to give away a bunch of money just to drive these guys out of the place. So these guys look at each other like, hey, man, do you peanut butter chocolate? Would you like, hey, I've got fans. You got fighters? Yeah, I got fighters. You got fans? Yeah, we can make it work. Well, let's make it work. Hey, can we put on our own events? Absolutely, man. You may be able to shoot. Top Rank might be able to help with the production costs of the PBC, man. You never know how that stuff can work out. But I'm ecstatic for it. Now, it does leave some other people kind of out to the side, right? Well, what about Shakur? Because Shakur is with Eddie Hearn. This matchup, this partnership between the PBC and Top Rank makes it easier to make fights with Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn can say, hey, man, let me get 3 or 4 slots on that card you guys got going on. Oh, yeah, no worries. because Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum have worked together in the past, and Bob Arum and Frank Warren have worked together in the past. So Bob Arum also brings those relationships to the table as far as international sales for fighters that could be signed to Top Rank but televised, and sold with the PBC. Anyway, I'm excited about it. That's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.